Let's read.
First of all, I wanted to say thank you so much. Last night I've hit 150 subscribers and I literally don't even understand. So that's crazy. I've never even thought I would reach 100 and here I am. So thank you to those who have been subscribed to me and have been watching my videos. You're awesome. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Oh my god, I know a lot of you are reading it as well for the late night book club. And I think the live is happening like 3 a.m. my time tomorrow, so I can't join it unfortunately. Yeah, I read it for that book club as well. It's crazy because I actually started it in July when there was a readathon happening. I finally finished it like 2 days ago, but it's not because it's bad. I just really wanted to take my time with it and I enjoyed my journey with Evelyn Hugo so much. For those of you who don't know, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is about Evelyn Hugo, as the title implies. She is this famous Hollywood star that is famous for being beautiful, like a bombshell. Like she's known for being beautiful with a perfect body, but she's also known for having 7 husbands in her lifetime. She doesn't do interviews. She likes to keep her private life private. So one day when this small reporter gets actually personally asked by Evelyn Hugo to interview her, of course she takes this opportunity because she's like, oh my god, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And as she sits down to interview her, we find out that Evelyn Hugo actually wants her to write her life story, her biography, not just an interview. She's saying her whole life story, and that's what the book is about. I love how like the whole world sees Evelyn Hugo as this like perfect woman that everyone desires, but behind the scenes she's like a real human being, obviously. She is vulnerable, even though she tries to show herself as this really strong, independent woman who doesn't need people. There's like characters in her life that are people in her life that are so important to her, and like she loves them from the bottom of her heart. Oh man, you just become so invested in all of them. And I literally cried near the end of the book, and I haven't cried for a book in so long. I think all of 2020 I haven't cried over a book ever. So for this book to make me cry was a big deal. It just shows how much I really cared for the characters, and especially Evelyn Hugo. The ending, oh man, oh, the ending. I'm not gonna say anything, but the ending is how it's meant to be. So I think the author ended it perfectly, but at the same time I'm like, ugh. That's all I'm gonna say. So that's my recent reads that I wanted to gush over about. As for my current read, I took off the dust jacket, but I am still reading the Testament, and oh my god, it's taking me so long, but it's not because it's a bad book. And recently I was reminded that reading speed doesn't equal if you're a good reader or a bad reader. Like, just because you take longer to read a book doesn't mean that you're not a good enough reader, and that's something I have to keep reminding myself, and hopefully this is a reminder for you as well. It is a bigger book, so maybe that's why it's hard for me to get through this. Also, I'm working, so it's kind of hard. But this morning I did join the reading sprint by Melanie. I'll link her down below, but that really helped me focus this morning because I woke up and it was like 9 a.m. my time, 8 p.m. EST, but I joined as soon as I woke up. As I was like making coffee and making breakfast, I just kept joining the sprints, and so that helped me make a huge dent. Not a huge dent, but I did read like a little bit. So this is my current read. Again, The Testament is the sequel to The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, and it's set 15 years after The Handmaid's Tale's events, but this book does go back and forth between the past and the present, which is in the future, and it really tackles the story behind Gilead, the Republic of Gilead, and how that part of the world came to be. It's crazy because when you zoom out, the whole world, the rest of the world is a normal world, but Gilead, which is this part in the United States, I believe, is the only place in the world that's kind of has their own society. Basically, Commander Judd is basically behind all the idea of Republic of Gilead, and he basically wanted to make a whole new world where women were less than men, and he wanted to start over because he believes that it was a mistake to have society where men and women were equal and treated equally. So he took away the power of women, and men were top, him specifically being the top guy. So I'm about halfway through. In terms of reading these days, it's been a weird month for me. It was interesting because in the reading sprint this morning, people were talking, including Melanie, about how this month has been a weird reading month. It's not like I'm not reading. I read every single day, but it's just I'm really slow this month. But in honor of hitting 150 subscribers, I really wanted to dedicate today to just reading and book related things. I need to go sell some books to a secondhand bookstore, and then I might browse around there. It's really hard to find English books on sale, but apparently this store, which I've never been to before, apparently this one has lots of foreign books on sale. So I'm going to try this bookstore out today, and then I'm going to find a cute cafe, and I'm going to try to focus on reading this so I can at least get a little bit more in, or hopefully even finish. We'll see. So yes, let's go. I just got home. Oh, it was such a lovely day. It was just so nice today. You know, just sometimes you need a day to yourself, and it's just the most awesome thing ever. So yes, I made it to this new station I've never been to before. I sold 2 of my books, and then I bought 2 books. So I'm gonna show you what the 2 books I bought were. So the first one is by Celeste Ning, Everything I Never Told You. So I've read her other book, Little Fires Everywhere, and I've never read this one, and this one was for $8, 800 yen, so 850 yen, so it's perfect. And it's really thin. I really like the feel of this paper. So yes, I got that. And then I got another book for $6, 600 yen. This is by the same author who wrote The Tattooist of Auschwitz, which I devoured. I love historical fiction, and this one I think is the sequel to it, so it's Silka's Journey. I have to find the right time to read this, because you know, anything related to the Holocaust can be quite heavy to read about. So but yeah, I was really surprised that this is being sold for only $6, so I got this. And then after I got these 2 books, I kind of explored around the neighborhood, and I found this really nice park, and they had like these huge koi fish. It was so crazy. I kind of just stood and just stared at them because they were so huge. Made me wonder how old they were. And then I found this like really nice dry area, so I just sat there and ended up reading there for a little bit. And then it started getting chilly, so I actually looked up on the Google Maps, and I found that there's a New Zealand cafe called Kiwi's Kitchen. So I walked all the way there. It was like 2 stations over, but I don't really mind walking. Like, I actually like walking. It's good exercise, and I get to explore the neighborhood. So yeah, the restaurant itself was really small, but it was very cute. I sat on the outside patio section, so I was alone, and I had the outside air, and I felt safe. And I had their lunch set, so it came with coffee, cake, and enchiladas, and it was only $10. It was 1,180, but basically 1,000 yen, $10. And it was so cheap, so good, so delicious, and I ended up staying there for an hour and a bit. The cake, I had like this banana cream pie cake thing with like cookie crust at the bottom, and it was so good. It is so hard to find a really good banana cake or banana pie in Japan, because it's always like a spongy cake, or like even the cheesecake is kind of like fluffy, and every Japanese people love fluffy things. Like pancakes, they love these like souffle, like fluffy ones. So they don't really make like dense pies and dense cake, and this one was like perfect. So I know I will go back there for sure. And then I ended up reading. I was so impressed with myself because I didn't touch my phone the whole time. I just kept reading, and I think I read like, oh my gosh, I read about 60 pages, I think, which I'm pretty impressed with. I'm at part 7 now. There's 3 different narrators in this book, and I didn't realize in the beginning of every part or section there's like a little icon, and it's the same icons that you would see in the front of this book without the dust sleeve. And so basically it represents the 3 different women's perspective that you would find. So the pen mark that you see in this section too, this represents Aunt Lydia, because she's actually writing this journal towards us. So she keeps addressing us as the readers, and she actually talks about how she came to be Aunt Lydia. And so she begins from the past and into the present. And then there is the handmaid's icon, and that one is the girl, I keep forgetting all their names, but it's the girl who actually grew up in Gilead, so she doesn't know the outside world. And then the ponytail girl is known as Becky? No, that's not it. Aha, that's why we keep reading journals, because I can never remember names. Okay. Shoot, I didn't write their names. Cool. But anyway, so the ponytail girl is basically a girl who grew up in Canada outside of Gilead. So you get the inside perspective on's perspective and the outside perspective. But yeah, it was such a lovely day. I love exploring new areas in new neighborhoods. And then I also got Squish, but I got a caramel bar from Kiwi's Kitchen, or Kiwi Kitchen. I really like their dessert, so I bought another dessert by them. I am about to take a shower, warm shower, hot shower. And then I'm going to wear sweatpants and some cozy clothes, and I'm going to read more of the Testament. And yeah, I'm just so excited. We're going to keep reading.